One thing I learned early on doing these presentations is you do not irritate the schoolhouse gods. You start on time and you end on time. Or they put you in a room in outer Mongolia. You all saw me there this morning. Sometimes I extra. Hi. I have to tell you, it was wonderful to hear all the chatter in the room, especially at 4:20 in the afternoon. That means you still have some energy left. That's an excellent, excellent thing. You're not all quite brain dead yet, although your disc is getting pretty full, I'm sure. So, and I'm thrilled that you all showed up to do this. When Checker asked me to do this presentation, now I do a ruler for them. I have one of the Creative Grid rulers, but we wanted to talk about demos. Checker is very open-minded and says, oh, talk about anything you want to talk about. And I could show you how to demo the ruler, but actually I'm going to be in the booth 2 times, and you can come see it up close and personal, and that'll be a lot more fun than watching me demo it up here while you're way back there. So we're going to talk about what makes a good demo, how to set up a demo in your store, and how to make it sell more than you ever thought possible. First of all, we've talked about what the elements of a great demo are, and they're not on your handout list. So if you want to jot them down, feel free. Number 1, first and foremost, in my opinion, is your advertising. If you don't have people attend your demo, it doesn't matter how fabulous you are. You have to make it good before they get there. So you have to use your newsletter to say when your demos are going to be. You have to use email marketing. If you have all of those new social skills, Facebook, Twitter, you tweet to people, you can tell them when your demos are coming up. You can do fabulous things with your advertising, and so that you're sure that you get a group of people in there. As we all know, or you should have experienced by now, there's a feeding frenzy mentality. If you have 5 people show up for your demo, one of them is going to be the, you don't need that tool, you don't have to have that lady. Everybody's always one, right? There's going to be the lady who came with her friend and really didn't want to come to your demo, but they were going out to lunch together, so she came along. And there's going to be the other person who is totally clueless. It does not matter what you tell her, she's not going to get it. Those 3 people are coming to your demo no matter what, okay? If you have 5 people at your demo, then you really only have 2 possible sales tools. But if you have 25 people at your demo, those 3 people don't make as much of an impact. So, get more people there. The more people there, the better sales opportunity you have, okay? So you're going to do proper advertising for it. Number 2 is your sample preparation. How many of you are guilty of, oh my gosh, we have a demo at 10:30. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'm the only one that has that problem. No.
3 days before, the day before.
I shouldn't confess bad things because, okay, I'll ruin my reputation. I've been the person who's, why are those people carrying a sewing machine into the store? What's going on? It's a class. Today? Yeah, we're really off topic here. And that has to do with the fact that my store manager, Debbie, who's retiring, by the way, that's why I'm traveling, so I'm losing Debbie, she's retiring. And she gave me a book to read called Still Alice. Do not read this book. It's about early onset Alzheimer's. And when you read this book, you have every symptom in the book. So do not do it. When you do your prep for your demos, you have to do not only gather all the information, all the product you want to sell, you have to have step-by-step how-to demos. You have to have the how-to-do-its. Because you can't just say, well, then you cut here and then you're going to sew it together. Look, it looks like this. They need to see more than that. That's what a demo is. It's how it's going to be done. We have project sheets available for sale through Checkers or directly from us, and this is the Easy Mitered placemat. These project sheets come 24 in a pack, so when you order it, you get 24 of the exact same project. They're full color sheets, some are 2-sided, some are single-sided, but you get 24 of them in one pack for that project. So we use these for demos. But in order to do the Easy Mitered table, we do it as a table runner, we do it as a placemat, we do it as a coaster. We have a step-by-step prep. This is my step-by-step prep. It can be as simple as this. I say, You quilt the pretty part in the middle, we use fusible batting, we talk to them about that, and then I say, then you have to chop off the corner, then you have to fold it under, then you have to do this, and then it ends up looking like this. So I can just continually turn my samples. So I don't have to have hundreds of dollars in my samples, but you have to have every step so that you can say, see, look how when I fold this back and I would stitch across here like this, look, once it's been stitched, it'll look like this. And then we'll just turn it over so that our quilters are visual. Everybody in the world learns one of three ways. They learn because they've read the information. I've never met a quilter that reads. They read it.
Visual.
They look at the pictures, okay? You're a visual learner. You did it because somebody showed you how to do it. 90% of your customers are that. The other 10% of your customers are, they heard it. You told them how to do it, so it made sense in their head. So don't think that because you're going to hand them a written sheet of something, they're going to know how to do it when they get home. Show it to them, because that's going to reach the majority of your customers. So you're going to do sample preparation for whatever it is that you're planning to demo. And then third, it's time to set up your demo, so let's do demo prep. Okay? This is a lovely table. This is not a demo table. This table is too low. You should all go out and invest in at least one set of what we call romper stompers. They're bed risers. That probably shows my age. You have to know what romper room was. But, you raise your table up. So with their bed risers, it's going to raise the table that you have up 6, 8, 10 inches, depending on the size that you have, so that your table is up higher. And when you get to the checker booth and we're all demoing, you'll notice we're working on a higher table. And the reason for that is because nobody wants to see your roots. And you're standing right there, leaning down, talking, that's what you want. Man, why doesn't she touch those up? They're not concentrating on what you're doing, okay? So if you raise your table up, then you're looking at people eye to eye. You're going to see them, and you're going to be able to see if they're connecting with what it is that you're doing. It also allows, you have 25 people, it allows those people in the back to see what's going on, and they don't get disgusted by the fact that they can't see. So you want to raise that table up. Then I cover the table with a gorgeous quilt. It doesn't matter if it has anything at all to do with what I'm talking about. It just needs to be bright, it needs to be colorful, it has to be something that's going to attract attention. Now, I'm going to put that table in my store, nowhere near the cash register, nowhere near the cutting table, but it has to be out in the middle of somewhere where I can get 25 people around. But I don't want the conversation at the cutting table of, well, can I get away with 3/8 or do I have to get a whole half yard? I don't want that in the background of my demo. I don't want the cash register conversations in my demo. I want to have someplace where people are just paying attention to me the whole time, okay? So you want to make sure that you put your table in the right place, raise it up a little bit, put your quilt over top of it, and then I take a cutting mat and put it on top because that's my surface. My bright colored quilt shows around the outside edge because that's my visual from the other side of the store. You can see it. I want to see what's happening over there. But when they come, I want a clean surface. I don't want to work on top of anything busy. So that cutting mat, I flip it over upside down so it doesn't have any of those bright yellow lines interfering with what I'm pointing to and what I'm talking with. So you need a surface. It also means that if I cut or drop something, I don't screw up the quilt that's underneath it, but that's, you know, a secondary. So you can set up your sample area. So you're going to do that, all right? Number 4, merchandise it. Have everything that you're going to talk about ready to go. Do not make your customers hunt for it. Do not say, we have these wonderful things, they're called fast turns, and look how quick I can turn this inside out, and isn't it, it's like a magic trick, this is fabulous. And they're, well, over on their side, on the notions wall, they're kind of near the bottom. Who's going to go? You have to have a big, lovely basket of them sitting there. There's a trick, though. If you have 25 people, you have a big, lovely basket of 5 of them. You might have 20 more under the table, but you have 5 of them sitting there because it creates a sense of urgency. Ooh, she doesn't really have that many of them, and we're all notorious for running out of something. Your customers will tell you, you never have enough, because we hardly ever order enough in. So we don't know how many people are coming, so you have not enough product there. You can solve that problem too. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I always put 5 or 6 of them out so that people will grab them, and they say, oh, that's wonderful. I say, would you like one? There you go. While I'm talking, just hand it to them. Pass them out. Say, wait, I think I might have a couple more. Bring them out, okay? But set up everything, and when I do a demo and I'm talking about a specific thing, I'll have my ruler available there, I'll have my cutter available there, I'll have some other things, but I use an 8-foot table. I own the store, I can take as much space as I want, so I take an 8-foot table, and then put the product you're gonna demo there, and then add a few other things to it. Like, if I'm gonna be rotary cutting, I might have 10 packs of rotary blades sitting there as well. Saying, how many of you have had a blade and you don't have a spare one when you need it? Look, you can get them in 10 packs. Did you all know they come in 10 packs? So they came to find out how that ruler works, but you're giving them other extra information that you're just being helpful. You're not selling it to them, I'm just being helpful. They need to know they're available in 10 packs. I've provided that information, and if half of them want to take one home with them, that's fine with me. Okay? So provide additional information. It's not a sales tool, you're just telling them that information. Okay? Make sure your table looks pretty when it's merchandised. Just don't pile it all up. I have baskets of stuff that we put out and we make it all look cute. We theme our, depending on what our event is, we'll theme it to go along with it. If we're doing movie night, everything's in a popcorn container that we're going to demo. You know, so it goes to, everything goes together well. Right? Number 5. If you're doing this is not difficult, but if you have an employee doing your demos for you, or you're doing lots of demos at the same time, remind them. They need to smile. They need to be excited. I think they need to wear simple clothing. And then make sure their hands are clean. I've been in stores in demos where somebody was gardening and came in to do it, and it was like, ooh, what happened to her hands? And as far as the make them wear something simple, there's a lot of people that think I'm doing a quilting thing, so I want to wear a quilted jacket or some kind of a quilted outfit to do it. Most of the time, if you see me at market, I'm wearing black or white or beige, head to toe. There's 2 reasons for that at market. Number 1, when I'm doing a demo, as we're talking about today, I want everybody to be concentrating on what I'm talking about, not on what I'm wearing. Okay? If I have quilted stuff on, then you get distracted and you're going, how'd she piece that? I wonder if those were jelly rolls that she used. I don't want any of that. I want them to not, I'm boring. This is not what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about, whatever the demo is in front of us. So my staff all wears black and white anytime we do any kind of an event. White t-shirts, black t-shirts, whatever it is, we all wear black and white. That way they can also helpfully identify staff, because we normally have 4 staff on all the time and they have aprons, but if I have 8 employees there and I don't have enough aprons, they're wearing black and white. Okay? The other reason that I'll just share with you for market that I wear black and white is years ago, our store was featured in Quilt Sampler magazine. At that particular time, during market, I was working on the quilt that they were going to feature, and mine happened to be a grapevine wreath, and it's purple and green. And I was in purple and green mode. At that time I was wearing a purple top. I went home, and within the next 6 months I got more purple fabric and more fabric with grapes on it than you could possibly ever need in your store. Because when you get up in the morning and you choose what you're wearing, you choose those colors. Psychologically, you're thinking about those colors. If you wear pastels on the market floor tomorrow, I guarantee you're more likely to buy pastels than you are brights. If you wear really bright colors, you're going to do the exact opposite. So that's a crazy, but it works. But that's why I always keep it neutral, because another reason is we once did Halloween. We did a bus trip over Halloween, was one of the events that we did. And I thought, for fun, I have tattooed sleeves. They're like nylon stockings that look like I'm tattooed. And I was demoing. One of the buses came in and I was just doing the whole demo thing. And at one point, one of the women went, oh, are those stockings? I said, yeah, they are. And they pull it. And everyone in that group went, oh, I wondered why you would do that to your body. Now, were they paying attention to what I was demoing? No, they were not. It was Halloween and they were paying attention to my silly sleeves. So that's why we do everything neutral as far as that's concerned.